back in Arlene Square, where we like nurse stuff more than Rita Repulsa likes to come back to life through the entirety of all of Power Rangers. Eric, first off, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. What about yourself?
You know, I was thinking the other day, I was on TikTok, as most people are nowadays, and I keep coming across old, like, scenes from
Clips.
Power
Yeah.
Rangers. And I'm like, we should do a Power Rangers one, because I don't know about you guys, but growing up, Power Rangers was a big, big part of
Mm-hmm.
my life, even though, like, the storylines 99% of the time were
Didn't
stupid.
didn't understand it.
And, um, we I will say, so originally we were supposed to do this video with a friend of mine. He
Just got busy.
yeah, he's busy, and John, if you're watching, we can always do a part 2 with you, bud.
Yeah.
But Eric, I wanted to start off with, in the ones that you watched,
Mm-hmm.
or let me rephrase it. What season did you first watch?
Mighty Morphin. Like the
Same.
Mighty Morphin was the one I started on.
Jason and Rocky.
Jeez.
Good.
Yeah. No.
Red Ranger.
Yep. Yeah. No. OG cast and up until I think I stopped. Uh, um, the one right after SPD.
I think that was Operation Overdrive.
Yep, that was right when I stopped. Was Operation Overdrive.
I stopped. Well, I started saying Mighty Morphin. Excuse me. And then I think I stopped actually like watching was Jungle Fury, which was a good one.
Okay.
It's one of those ones that started with 3 instead of the basic 5.
Yeah.
And then I would watch snippets. I did watch the Super Mega Force episode where they brought back not everybody. They brought back, of course, rest in peace, JDF, Jason David Frank as Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
The Pink Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah.
Wes from Time Force. And I think, I could be wrong, the Green Ranger from Lost Galaxy. The black guy.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I had to say it like that, but.
Um, but
Go ahead.
I was gonna say real quick. Now that I think about it, it's a good thing that we're talking about this now because they announced. I think it's been a couple months before this recording, but they're making an original Power Rangers, meaning they are not borrowing anything from Super Sentai. Which, for those that don't know, quick origin for Power Rangers: the Power Rangers we have in the West is based on a Japanese show called Super Sentai.
A little
And
more violent, too.
yeah, it is. So if you want to go watch it and understand where most of the origins of Power Rangers is, go watch that. And funny enough, Mighty Morphin might have been our very first Power Rangers, but it was the 20th season Super Sentai.
Mm-hmm.
That means there was 19 years of Super Sentai before we got our first Power Rangers.
Sure, big facts. Okay, we're gonna start with our usual question of. I'm not gonna go favorite Ranger yet. We're gonna go favorite team.
Team, ooh, that one's
And we'll go up to SBD since that's
yeah.
when you last watched.
So for nostalgia reasons, I got two. For the nostalgia team and the other one that nostalgia is Mighty Morphin. Like that OG Mighty Morphin can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, Dino Thunder.
I think I knew that about you actually. And yeah, it was that
Dino,
was a good one. Good theme song too.
Dino Thunder's
That
the
would be a
one
question for later
yeah.
though.
Dino Thunder was literally the one I could literally pop on the TV and watch now because it was the one I really enjoyed.
Also, Kira was just hot. I'm sorry. I know it's a little early, but it was. Me. Okay, so I'm gonna go to nostalgic. I am gonna go Mighty Morphin, specifically after Tommy became the White Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. And then Lost Galaxy,
That was a good one.
because Lost Galaxy also is still the only series that physically killed a Ranger.
Yeah, that's true. And then
Forgot her. Kendricks was her name, and then Corone from Lost in Space took over as the Pink Ranger.
and then there was Magna Defender. Yeah.
who there is a massive argument that I have heard over the years that he is not a ranger, but they can in the Super Sentai stuff
Yeah.
and some people here they consider him still to be the sixth ranger,
Yeah.
which
But I mean, he was like, we'll get on our favorite Rangers here in a minute, but definitely one of mine.
I liked him. I liked his Megazord too, the Torazord.
Yeah.
Um, out of everyone you watched,
Mm-hmm.
the least favorite one.
Least favorite?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. The that is a tough one because I don't really have a least favorite. It's more just a one for more forgettable one, and you're gonna murder me for this one. Ninja Steel.
Ninja Steel and Ninja Storm.
Store. Or
Ninja Steel is a Power Ranger one, but that's after SPD.
n-
Ninja Storm is the one with Shane, Dustin, and
yeah,
Tori.
then Storm.
John's gonna kill you.
I'm not saying it's like bad. It's just the one I forget about. Or no, it's not that one. Sorry, Mystic Force.
Now I'm gonna kill
That is the
you.
one I forget about all the
I
time.
love that one, dude.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just on the list of ones I watched. That's the one that
It
I
did have a
forget.
kick-ass theme song though.
Hmm?
So
Yes.
Mystic to the Power Rangers, Mystic. Go. I like this thing. Sorry. Mine would be Turbo actually. I couldn't get behind.
Really?
I couldn't get behind Turbo. I don't know why.
Was it? It was probably because
It was Justin. It was the Blue Ranger.
Yeah.
It was the kid. I just couldn't do it. That or I can get hate for this, but I didn't like the suits as much as Zio.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of that one. I will be honest, kind of felt more laid. But again, a lot of the suits and stuff were just ripped from Super Sentai. Like a lot of it was just straight from Super Sentai.
Yeah. Um. Got any questions?
Huh? Ooh, favorite. So there was, I think, was it two or three Red Forever specials, right? One. I thought there was at least two.
There was one because they wouldn't do it again because the guy that played Cole went away for murder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, but if you had
If I had to pick another Forever Red,
yes,
what's my limit of Red Rangers?
uh, any that you can think of, but they cannot be the same for two different teams.
That's fair.
So you could pick one of their red forms, but not the other.
So basically, one season, one Red Ranger.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna set the limit at 5
Okay.
because we could sit here for 10 minutes each.
Mhm.
Um, Tommy, he was a Red Ranger in Zio.
Yeah.
Even though I gotta pay JDF some respect. That's honestly the only reason. JDF. Leo from Lost Galaxy,
Mhm.
damn straight. Um, Connor from Dino Thunder.
Yeah. Right now, yours is looking exactly like mine.
Andros from Lost in Space. And I get one more. I keep Cole keeps popping in my head, and I don't want to pick him.
Which one was he again?
Wild Force.
Yeah.
Um, Jack from SPD.
Really?
Yeah.
So ours differ right at Connor, and mine would be the Time Force Red Ranger.
Damn it! I forgot about Wes.
Yeah, West.
Wes, not West. Wes.
Yeah. And then my fifth, yeah, would probably I would go with SPD too.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at remembering most of the Power Rangers names.
I don't know how I do it. I really don't. No, because we have a friend who passed away a couple of years ago.
Would talk about it.
Me and him would talk about it. Oh, not nightly, but like we would do our time to do Power Rangers trivia, and we'd be up until 2 a.m. asking each other questions.
Yeah.
Little did he know, I would look up answers on my phone. Sorry. Favorite Megazord
Ooh, Megazord.
of the initial 5, so not counting 6 or specials.
Okay. The initial 5 from any generation.
Up to SPD.
Up to. Okay. Do we extras like
You can do like their secondary. So like Lightspeed had two.
yeah?
Um.
So did Mighty Morphin because
Yes.
they had the original and then they had the ninja. But no, I'm more asking. What is it? Wild Force where they could switch out.
Yeah, Dino Thunder did that too.
Yeah. So, ooh no, yeah, that Dino Thunder then.
I'm gonna go Ninja Storm
Mm-hmm.
because they had two modes or
Yeah.
three modes. They had basic, heavy, and lightning mode.
Yeah. I don't. So now that the more I think about it, Dino Thunders because they remind me a lot of Gurren Lagann
Mm-hmm.
because of the drill.
Or I'd honestly even go with Lost Galaxy because they had a good one. Then they'd activate their lights with Ryan mode,
Yeah.
and it got big ass V on his
Yeah.
chest. Um, damn. All right, we've been beating around it.
Hmm.
Top, we'll go five. Favorite six special ranger.
Top five.
Top five.
All right. Let's see. We got Tommy Green Ranger. I love the White Ranger. I actually have a figure of him back there, but Green Ranger is my favorite of his. Um, then I gotta go Magnet Defender. Even though some people are like he's not a Ranger. Well, excuse me, he is in my eyes. Um, what's his name? Terry Dino Thunder.
Trent.
Trent. Him. SPDs for sure.
Which one? Ooh, they had three, four technically.
The captain, the Doug.
Kruger.
And then there another one of the space ones, but I know it's not Man of Defender, but they were like Beetle.
Zane. He was the Silver Ranger in space. Well, in Lost in Space.
They were like Beetle. They were the evil ones.
Oh, that they originated in. We'll make that a question. So skip that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then yeah, Silver Ranger and Lost in Space because I just remembered him and I was like, yeah, that works.
All right. So me. I'm gonna go with Eric. Green Ranger, the original Special Ranger or Sixth Ranger. Tommy Oliver, he portrayed that so well too. Even for the time that we got it, it was cringy as fuck, but
Yeah.
man, it was good. And then I'm gonna go Korag. He's from Mystic Force. He was the Purple Wolf
Yes.
Ranger.
Yep.
He wasn't really a ranger. He was a knight. I know somebody's gonna be like, he wasn't a ranger. Listen, he had the form. He had a Megazord.
I mean, the same could be said for Man of Defender. So.
Exactly. Um, Anubis Kruger.
Yep.
So that's three. Quantum Ranger from Time Force. AKA the most racist Power Ranger out there.
They're gonna kill us!
He's an alien! That's four. Damn.
You know, while you're thinking, you know what series I just remembered, and everyone tends to forget about it. Lightspeed Rescue.
Ryan, the Titanium Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are mine. Now, since Eric brought it up and he said evil, we both know our number one favorite evil ranger is going to be JDF. So, any other evil rangers you can I will tell you your name you were thinking of earlier. They were dressed like beetles.
Yes.
Psycho Rangers.
The Psycho Rangers. Yes. They were intense, and it was.
They're the ones that killed Kendricks in Lost Galaxy. Um, I really like Lost Galaxy, like a lot.
Just real quick, I'm basing this off knowledge from when I was a kid because a lot of these series I haven't touched on since then.
Also, sorry, camera keeps shaking, the table moves, and I just keep fidgeting, so it happens. Um, okay, so JDF and the Psycho Rangers are yours, I take it.
And he was only a temporary ranger, but I can't remember.
Evil, mind you.
Yes. I think it was Time Force or some one series similar to that. It might have been Mystic.
What was his color?
Um,
Purple.
Yes.
It was when Nick became the master servant of Mystic Force.
Yes. Yeah, that.
Don't ask me where how I remember this, but I do. It's weird.
Or, ooh, recent one. And that plays to JD. Yeah, JD, I forget. But the robots, the clones.
Yeah, where he that's where the master.
The
Okay,
morpher, yeah.
that wasn't Megaforce. I'm sorry. That was Dino Charge, I think, or
Thank, yeah.
something like that, or I don't know. I stopped watching. Yeah.
The 30th anniversary.
Yeah, which was good.
Mhm.
Um, Evil Rangers. I'm gonna go Psycho Rangers. I'm not gonna say JDF just because it's a given.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be said. Psycho Rangers for sure. A Squad from SPD.
That's that is what another thing I was trying to remember, but I was like, am I going crazy? Because I didn't know if it was SPD or Overdrive. I'm like, is it?
Korag from Mystic Force.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that's it, honestly. Trent. No, no. Yeah, Trent and Blake.
Yep.
Hunter and Blake from Ninja Storm. They're brothers.
Oh yeah,
The Thunder Rangers, the
Yep.
Crimson and Navy.
I'm surprised I remember that.
Nah, I'm proud of you. Okay, so we've touched on a lot. Okay, here's one. It's everyone's favorite one. Favorite crossover. You get two.
Crossover.
Forever Red is not one of them.
Okay.
That's actually the name of the episode too. I can
Forever
tell you
Red.
every single Red Ranger that's in that.
Yeah. Crossover.
Even Alien.
Do we count the Super Mega Force episode when they all appeared?
I want to say yes, but I want to say no because they only had five.
Yeah, five that actually appeared up here.
The other one they had was
So I'm trying to
what the
remember.
fuck was his name? The Red Ranger from Lightspeed. I remember almost
Oh.
everyone else but him.
It's not.
He was a firefighter.
I think it started with a B.
Brian? No.
No. Yeah, we're gonna look that up because, like I said, the Lightspeed, everyone is it. It was such a regular season, like the characters.
It was one of the few ones that they everyone knew their Carter Grayson, that everyone knew their identity.
Yeah.
Like I think the only ones I could really think of that they knew was Lightspeed was the first one, SPD, and Operation Overdrive.
Yep.
That was it.
Because in SPD and Operation, they were like a force, like a police force,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. But no, I can't think of crossovers right now. If I'm gonna be honest.
My favorite one is Lost Galaxy and Lost in Space.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
the one I've been talking about a lot. It's where the original Pink Ranger of Lost Galaxy dies.
Yep.
And what really happened, backstory on that, is she's good now. She got diagnosed with cancer. And she was you know how it is, cancer, chemo treatments, you would see a difference in her. So they unfortunately killed her off. It was her idea though. Mm-hmm. But she did come back for the last episode of Lost Galaxy.
Question. Does the crossover have to be in the show or can it be in the comics?
I prefer the show.
Okay.
Oh, but real quick, special comic one, Lord Draken.
Yep, Lord Draken.
Evil Power Ranger.
No, I was thinking TMNT crossover.
Yeah, they did that on show with Lost in Space. It was bad. It was really bad.
Kind of. Or Godzilla, DC, they've crossed over. They've.
Mm-hmm. There's a like, fuck, damn, I'm cussing up a storm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm glad we're this far in. On the more kid focused.
The most kid focused one ever. I'm just sitting here swearing. Dino Thunder and SPD. There was a lost episode.
Yeah.
Where SPD went back in time.
Yeah. I'm surprised we didn't get more Time Force crossover episodes.
Yeah. There's rumors with SPD and Time Force.
Oh.
That the Red Ranger that was Sky, the Blue Ranger's dad, is Wes from Time Force. And he died.
I know in SPD, and this is again in the comics, but Tommy's son is a ranger.
Yes. I was gonna say movies, but there's not many movies aside from Ivan Ooze, which is by far my favorite
Yes.
one. And that's also including the
The
newish one.
so everyone gives it
It
so much
wasn't
flack.
bad. It was. I hated how they did Goldar.
Yes.
That's all. They literally made him entirely out of gold. That was not the case.
No.
Megazord was cool though.
Yeah. And then they were teasing freaking Tommy, and then it got canceled. Because of course, because cancel everything I like. But no, the 30th anniversary was a movie technically.
Yeah, well, technically it was in parts though.
Yeah.
Um, I can't. Have you got any more questions, Eric?
Not really. We've covered just about everything. Ooh, if you had to make your own Ranger team, what would be the theme and what would be the main colors?
They've touched a lot of themes. Can I repeat?
Yes,
Thank God.
just not overlapping. So I'm gonna. The two I'm marking out are dinosaurs because that one's been beat to death, and basically like SPD Overdrive and Time Force, where they're like AOEs.
Police.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go ninjas, just
Okay.
like Ninja Storm, and just like in Ninja Storm, they also train to have powers. But instead of red being air, red's gonna be fire.
Okay.
I'm gonna go yellow, but lightning. Green this time. Green will be the Earth one.
Mhm.
Blue, water. And then I need one more. Is it pink? It'd be heart and Captain Planet.
I was gonna say we could do the team limit minimum is three.
Okay. Then lightning. I'm gonna change out the Earth and put water in there.
Okay.
So blue, water, red, fire. It basically the same color scheme as Ninja Storm, but more gritty, more in the
Yeah.
powers. And I just thought of another question, but that would be my thing: it's fire, lightning, and water, and blue, yellow, red.
Mine, I want to lean more towards Wild Force esque, whereas where it's more of a nature based thing, not a. So yeah, basically they're also training to get the powers, but it's more nature based. And I would say I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go Black as main character, and his is gonna be a sorry Panther. So Black Panther. Yeah. So basically, it's gonna be like yeah Panther. And then I'm gonna go blue with whale since they haven't touched on a whale yet. And I think that'd be an interesting Megazord. And then
Big ass Megazord.
yellow, and that one's gonna be a phoenix. So
They
basically,
have touched the Phoenix a couple times. But yeah, you're fine.
yeah,
No, you're
yeah. Because I feel like just that combination would be like the whale would be the main body of the
fine.
Megazord, and
Yeah.
Panther arms, and then Phoenix head and wings. Yeah.
Anyways, I have one more question. I just thought
Yeah.
about it. Not main villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how they had monsters and
Yeah,
stuff.
the monster of the
What
week.
you can remember,
Mhm.
who was your favorite?
Monster of the week.
Yeah. Or monster of the episode.
Yeah, I just
I already got
God.
mine. I
Oh.
think I could tell you mine and probably yours.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Wild Force.
Mm-hmm.
Shocker. Orc named Sanaku. He's a wolf. You want me to look him up?
Yes.
And then think and keep talking to the people.
Yeah, no, it would either be him or I can't remember his name, but he was like a bad looking one, and but he had armor, and I can't remember what suit. I think he was from Mighty Morphin because I remember Putty Rangers.
Or if I'm not going Monster of the Week, Wild Force. Diabolical from fucking um Lightspeed.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good one.
If oh yeah, definitely him as one. Or and this is just because I love how ridiculous he was? The one that engineered the monster for Zod.
That.
Zed. Yeah, Zed. Zod. Zed. Jesus
Damn you, Zod!
Christ.
I know who you're talking about. The, yeah, I know who you're talking
The little
about.
goblin guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goblin something. Sorry. But
Again,
on
the
that
most.
note,
Oh, jeez.
thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. My thing to you, my question of the week will be. Bless you, Kevin.
Ranger.
Sorry, cat sneeze. Favorite Ranger and/or team, and write it in the comments. But Eric, anything to add?
No, just yeah, or extra bonus points for if you can figure out which Megazord you like the most. Specific Megazord or the component.
Yes. But this has been Nerdling Squared, where we like nerd stuff more than Zordon likes kidnapping children. We'll catch you next time.